switch to English. My Portuguese is not as good yet, so I hope you can understand me, all of you. Okay, so I invite you into the Copenhagen Coffee Lab along with this guy. He's standing like in the window to invite people to come in because we're introducing something new to Portugal, which is specialized coffee. So I'll invite you in with this little guy, which is kind of the friend of all our kids that come in. So this is our coffee. You might think it's a very pretty heart, very pretty drawing. We would say, well, on this side, there's a little bit of a mistake there with the pouring technique. We're very critical of our coffees, which is something that, well, anyone outside probably can't understand, but it's something we're really passionate about. So this is a cinnamon bun, a Danish traditional cake. We realized that when we come to Portugal, we have to show you something that we like. This is one of the things that we strive on, which is, a cinnamon bun, very Nordic. So in order for this to work for you guys to love what we do, we know that our coffees have to come with these kind of things. Once in a while, I realize that people come in, they see me pour a coffee. This is a V60. There was once a guy who told me I looked like a doctor, kind of dissecting a heart on top of a bed, because we have to be very particular on how we use our coffees. Milk is another thing we realized that you have a very different relationship to. A Pecha kind of does not have any milk. It's just a really short espresso. So once someone told me if you add milk to the coffee is not very good. So obviously for us this is a huge barrier to enter. This is our stars. This is our roasting beans. I kind of want a red-headed beard here, which is one of our roasters on the Copenhagen Coffee Lab, Copenhagen. Sometimes we get different kinds of coffees from different kinds of countries. This one's Kenya. This is one of our magazines that we have in the shop. We realized that this is very new for you. Specialized coffee is something that's not existed in Portugal, so we have to connect the dots. We have to have something from outside, like a global move, to show you this can be something that you can enjoy quite a lot. So standard is something that we use for that, to put us on the map, because specialized coffee is something in the global movement that you recognize a lot, but locally, it's not that existent here. But what would we be without our local customers? We have Rita and a lot of local customers. I'm a little bit nervous at the moment, but they help us a lot. We value them a lot. One of our local collaborations that we started, for instance, is with these aprons. A girl coming in saying, well, actually, we really like your shop. This is very different. We don't have it in Portugal. Can we invite you along? Can you wear our aprons? And we did, and we love it. Sugar is another thing. Pecha, bebe isso com açúcar. We want no sugar. We want you to enjoy the coffee as it is, the real taste, but we know that we have to accommodate the culture a little bit. So we have the sugar. You can take the sugar if you like, and if you like to drink it like that. The cups is another thing. We try to find cups in Portugal that we like, that kind of represent the style in our shop. We couldn't find it, so we shipped these over from New Zealand, and these ones were handmade here. But I can see that sometimes you see, this is nice, this is something different, we want to try it. The same with our cactuses. In the start, we had a really, really lovely lady who came on her bike she didn't come from Brazil all the way, but she's from Brazil and she gave us flowers. We realized it was awesome having her, but our clean style of the shop sometimes also helped having something like the cactus, which kind of opposes the cleanness in the shop. Facebook, social media, Instagram, all of that is something for us important to kind of connect the global movement, but then also show you this is who we are, this is how we get to you. On the other hand, we realized we don't want MacBooks around everywhere. So a couple of weeks ago, we realized we wanted to introduce the weekend zone to get people to talk, to open a book, to do something really social. And it worked. People really appreciated it. And we could turn the whole thing around and kind of change the culture inside the shop, which was really interesting. This one, I don't know if anyone has seen this before. It's not a medical instrument or anything like that. It's an AeroPress. It's a filter coffee. Again, we try to get kind of change the culture or show you a little bit of a different culture. This one you drink slowly. You make it really, really slowly. So we encourage you to take your time, to sit down and see how we work, even though it might seem very odd how focused we look on a couple of grinded coffee beans, but we hope you like it a lot. And timing, kind of taking your time, sitting down, enjoying the cup of coffee is really important for us here. This one is another cultural aspect we had to think about quite a lot. You might not see this, but this is lurpak Danish butter. And we use it in our shop. No one knows that, but we just love it. We can't live without it, so we get it shipped over here from the Algarve, which is the only place where they make lurpak butter. And we can see customers coming back when we change the butter. Why do we have this? Another thing is the to-go option. It's not in your culture. You don't have to-go cups in the hand like you have in New York. But here, we also need it a lot. Like me today, I started at 8 o'clock this morning and I haven't stopped since now. I just tried to move the truck in here like a crazy person back and forth. So we need it a lot. And again, we can see you like it as well. So this is pretty much, how could you say, our precious. This is our little coffee thing, how do you say, the coffee handle that we use every day. I think there's water running through this with coffee inside for 9 hours a day, because we really strive on what we do. It's our biggest passion. These glasses point to the owners. I'm not one of the owners. The owners, you might notice them, they run around here, identical twins. One of them you can realize by this one. You can see they wanted to come here and show you a little bit about their passion. And slowly we're getting there. Slowly we get our regular customers and they love what we do. And we're very grateful that you have us here.